Hi everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and we're continuing our final look at the G.I. Joe Retaliation line. And today we're taking a look at one of the more interesting Ninja Troopers, the Black Ninja. Now, when I originally saw this figure, I assumed that it was just going to be a black repaint of the Red Ninja, which was a repaint of the Renegade's Storm Shadow figure. And while a lot of the parts from this figure come from the Renegade Storm Shadow, it is not a straight repaint, as it is missing some points of articulation that were featured on that figure and the Red Ninja. One thing I want to mention, it does have these hand or leg claws, which I found a way that they can just hook them on to the side of the pack. They don't stay well, but if you shake it, it'll work. He also has these Wolverine Ninja style claws, which clip on to the forearms quite nicely. But the big accessory, and the one I'm most excited to show off, is the backpack, which is a Ninja glider. Now, it does come with instructions, which I am quite grateful for, but they're not exactly the best at showing you how to attach it. They actually will have you clip these ankle hooks on down around here, when really what you want to do is come in up around the calf. I hope I'm using the right muscle group. And that'll stay on for the most part. It's not the best fit, but unfortunately you can't drag it down or pull it down that much further without it pulling off. Next, what you want to do is go ahead and depress the button here on the back, which will spring out the wings and probably detach one of the claws. This is a fabric gliding piece, and I am quite impressed by the inclusion of the Cobra logo there on the back, as well as this red and black camouflage pattern. Finally, go ahead and extend the arms, and the hand grips are on a swivel joint, so you can pop them in. Unfortunately, the hands are do come from the Renegade's Storm Shadow mold, so they have those split fingers and odd positioning that kind of makes it difficult to grab onto certain things, but there he is. And as a final touch, go ahead, point the toes down. Clip the little blades on, just like so. And what's even better is you can actually put the grips in the hand with these attached, but I just take them off for ease. Attach the claws, and you basically have a gliding Wolverine type figure. The Black Ninja does have that hooded head that I think came with the original Renegade Storm Shadow, but I'm not sure. Other than that, it is a repaint of one of the Ninja figures. Obviously not totally Storm Shadow, which will get because of the articulation, which we'll get into. But head is on a ball joint. Universal joints in the shoulders. Single joint at the elbow. Rotation at the wrist. The hands, as I mentioned, do come from Storm Shadow, so they do have that extra articulation. This one has the ability to bend up and down. This one, as you can probably tell from that big swath of paint, can go in and out. Ab articulation. Ball jointed hips. double jointed knees with a nice bend, and surprisingly for the ankles, rotation and forward and back pivot. No rocker joints, which means the lower legs have to come from a different figure. Fortunately, I wasn't able to, can't really place it. Maybe it's maybe a Pursuit of Cobra Storm Shadow figure. All in all, nice articulation and an interesting looking figure. Besides the glider and the aforementioned claws, the Black Ninja does come with a sheath for its two ninja swords. And I want to stress that these are actually proper ninja swords. The katanas that Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, Jinx, and Kamakura and a bunch of the other ninja figures usually come with are actually more samurai style swords and not ninja. The ninja swords are like this without that expanded hilt. Although over the years, those lines have been blurred. I did want to show, as I mentioned, that those leg claws can be clipped onto the arms. Just keep in mind that once you've put them on the legs, it does spread the plastic clips out, so it is a slightly looser fit. The Black Ninja is an interesting figure. It was actually, at least surprisingly to me, much more popular than I thought. It is a non-movie character, but it does throw back to the old, I would say the late 80s style of Real American Hero Cobra Troop Builders. I mean, had the Black Ninja been released back then, I mean, that would have been the troop builder for the year, non-Viper. And we've probably gotten something like the Black Ninja Cruiser or something. But these are, quite popular with collectors. Thankfully, though, they can be found at Five Below, which is where I got mine. And so if you see one, feel free to pick it up. It's a really cool, like I said, a really cool ninja figure. And, it's nice to have had that the inclusion of that glider backpack. This is your old pal Chuck for the Dark Ninja. We'll see you next time.